The Fallout series is one of the most beloved video game series of all time. Despite this, we haven't got a new game for a long time, and we probably won't be getting one anytime soon. We can only replay the same game so many times before I start to see Fisto in my dreams.
Please assume the position.
How could I get my Fallout fix without playing the same old games all the time? Well, if you were wondering like me, you're in luck. Here are 7 Fallout-like games to last you until Fallout 5 comes out. In no particular order, of course. At number 7, I have Skyrim. I'm pretty sure 99% of the world population has already played Skyrim, but for that 1% out there, listen up. Now, Skyrim is made by the same developers as Fallout, Bethesda. Due to this, the games feel pretty similar to each other. Both are open world RPGs that let you go anywhere and do anything. You talk to NPCs, do side quests, and your choices affect the whole entire game. The major differences are pretty clear. Skyrim is a medieval fantasy RPG, which may turn some of you guys away, but I still think you should give it a try. You can invest into skills like speech or archery to make your character stronger. Not only that, but there is also a whole magic system that works really well. The game also has amazing mod support, probably the best of all time. After you finish the game, you can even go back and play the older games. If you do decide to give it a try, you can play it on 3 generations of console, Switch, PC, Amazon Alexa, smart fridge, the list goes on and on.
Alexa, play Skyrim.
Had to do it. Okay, really.
Ubisoft's Far Cry series has been one of the top tier open world shooters for the past decade. That's why I decided to put Far Cry New Dawn at number 6. Set after the nuclear ending of Far Cry 5, New Dawn sees us fighting our way through an irradiated Hope County. Now, if you're used to the dark and dreary world of Fallout, then the world of New Dawn might take you by surprise. Rather than a destroyed and post-nuclear setting, the world of New Dawn is a very colorful and vibrant area. Gameplay-wise, the game plays much like the other games in the series. You'll mainly be liberating outposts, hunting for crafting materials, and completing main story missions. The game is more of a straightforward first-person shooter, but there are still some RPG elements sprinkled in there. There's a pretty robust perk tree in the game that allows you to gain new upgrades and abilities. This game won't be for everybody, but if you're a fan of great action and gunplay, then give it a try. At number 5, I have Wasteland 3. For those of you that don't know, Fallout actually started as an old-school isometric RPG. The franchise itself was heavily inspired by 1988's Wasteland. This classic game is way ahead of its time, but it can be hard to go back to nowadays. Luckily, Wasteland 3 improves upon all of these issues. Set in the frozen wasteland of Colorado, you play as members of the Arizona Rangers. The world of Wasteland is actually really interesting. It takes place in a post-apocalyptic America much like Fallout, but it's different enough to not be boring. Wasteland 3 is the most recent entry in the series, so that's why I put it on the list, but Wasteland 2 is also an excellent game that I would highly recommend. If you're a fan of Fallout 1 and 2 and you're looking for more, Wasteland is a series for you. Next at number 4, I have the BioShock series, specifically the first game. Set in the 1960s, BioShock sees you exploring the sunken city of Rapture. While in Rapture, you'll fight enemies, upgrade your abilities, and discover what happened to this failed utopia. I think that BioShock shines in its environmental storytelling. The city of Rapture is one of the most unique settings in gaming. The themes of greed, obsession, and the flaws of human nature are also heavily present in the Fallout games. Gameplay-wise, BioShock is a perfect blend of first-person shooter and RPG. Not only do you have a variety of traditional weapons, but you also have different plasmids you could use. These can do anything from shooting an electric bolt from your hand to spawning a giant swarm of hornets to attack your enemies for you. When it comes to the narrative, it doesn't get much better than this. From the moment the game starts, all you want to do is learn the mysteries of Rapture. I'm not going to spoil it for those who haven't played it, but it goes in directions that you will not see coming. After you finish it, there are 2 sequels that are extremely good as well. If you haven't played any of the BioShock games, you're missing out. The late 90s and early 2000s were the golden age for PC gaming. One of the best games to come out during this time was the original Deus Ex. This futuristic dystopian RPG was way ahead of its time, and it actually has more in common with Fallout than you think. While the game is a competent shooter, the RPG elements are what really set this game apart. You could play this game 5 times in a row and never play it the same way. You can add cybernetic augmentations to your character that grant new abilities and upgrades. Not only that, but there's also a traditional perk system that allows even more character customization. Not only do we have excellent character customization, but the level design is incredibly open. There are so many ways to complete your objective that it's actually insane. Want to go in gun blazing? Go ahead. Want to go the diplomatic route and talk your way in? You can do that too. You want to ignore everybody and climb into the vents to sneak past everyone? You guessed it, you can do that too. The original game is almost 25 years old at this point, so it can be hard to go back through these days for some people. However, Human Revolution and Mankind Divided are pretty faithful modern interpretations of the original. If you can though, I highly suggest giving the OG a try. At number 2 are the Metro series, specifically Metro 2033. Based on the novels of... John. Metro is set in a post-nuclear Moscow. Set 20 years after the nuclear holocaust, the world is plagued with heavy radiation and deadly mutated creatures. What survivors remain have made shelter in the Moscow metros. The world is definitely darker than the world of Fallout. Don't get me wrong, Fallout has its dark moments, but in Metro it seems like there is no hope left at all. Funny enough though, the author of the novels actually listed the Fallout series as an inspiration for Metro. Gameplay wise, Metro is much more survival horror than the other games on the list. Managing your ammo and other supplies is a big aspect of this game. You have to choose each engagement carefully so you don't waste anything. Throughout the game, you'll be facing off against both humans and deadly mutated creatures. Not only that, but you also have to deal with radiation and the darkness. If you loved Fallout 4 survival mode as much as I did, and you're wanting a more hardcore experience, the Metro series is what you need. If we're all looking for a game to play until the next Fallout comes out, then the best place to look is from the actual creators of Fallout. Tim Kaine and Leonard Boyarsky, the two men who essentially created Fallout, came together once again to make the Outer Worlds. Set in the far future of 2355, the universe is now a class-centric society run by megacorporations. People essentially sell their souls to their company, and they work for the rest of their lives. If you're a Fallout fan, you need to play this game. You can create your character to your own liking, and this can lead to vastly different playthroughs. You can be a smooth-talking sharpshooter or a low-intelligence melee tank. This not only affects your playstyle, but also how you interact with the world around you. For example, if you have low intelligence, that will be reflected in dialogue. People will get really frustrated with your low IQ, but some may take pity on you and try to help you. There are multiple planets you can go to and explore, and each of them are unique. Not only is the main quest really good, but there are a ton of excellent side quests. There are multiple ways to complete each quest too. Some have the stereotypical good and bad endings. Do you save the orphans or burn the orphanage down? However, the majority are actually really morally gray. The correct outcome isn't always clear, but you'll have to live with the choices you make. You have your own spaceship and you can recruit your own crew. These followers are really well written characters and have different uses in and out of combat. This perfect blend of deep character driven stories and critique of capitalistic ideologies is pure Fallout. As of the making of this video, the game was recently released in sort of an Ultimate Edition kind of way, with all the DLC and other small changes bundled in. I haven't played it myself, but I've heard nothing but negative things about the re-release, specifically about the performance. If you're watching this long after this video goes up, then it's probably fine to pick up now, but just be sure to do your research. Are there any other Fallout-like games I need to give a try? Are you watching from the future and Fallout 5 is already out and it's amazing? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, liking and subscribing really helps me out a lot. We also have a channel Discord now that you need to join. Link for that's going to be in the description below. I think that's all for me. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.